The dark presence is vulnerable against bright light.
Yep. You
At
should
least
have.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm saying you should have known that already, kind of. Wake has been contacting me from the dark place. Scratch wanted the same thing as Wake the clicker. Well, yeah.
I assumed Wake escaped the dark place. Is it possible he's still there?
The Big Apple in an ocean of darkness. Gone diving. Note from my editor. You're using the wrong tense. Trapped in a loop. My friends will meet him when I'm gone.
Wake is still trapped in the dark place. Maybe he always was. Wake is trapped in the dark place. He's been reaching out, communicating with me in the overlaps.
Yeah. I figured that because he was supposed to be. Alan Wake was saying, and we kind of pieced that together ourselves, kind of, because Wake was saying how Scratch was writing Return, or that Alan Wake was writing Return, and Scratch was, quote unquote, scratching out the manuscripts and putting in his own shit. But the opposite was true. Scratch wrote Return, and Wake
Scratch is Wake's double. He tricked us.
was scratching
he
it
got
out.
The clicker from me. The whole plan has gone out the window. How could we get this so wrong?
Textbook boondoggle.
You said it, Anderson. It's a shit show. So what's the plan?
But Scratch made a mistake because he should have fucking waited until I gave him the clicker to change.
The FBC usually handles stuff like this, right? Any thoughts?
Hold up. You brought a paranatural object in here without telling me and then almost handed it over to a hostile entity?
I didn't know if I could trust you. That was a mistake. So was believing Scratch. But it's not too late. I just need to understand more.
You got that right. Let's start acting like we're on the same side, yeah?
Rookie mistake by Scratch. Get on my level, bitch.
So tell me what I'm missing. The FBC must know something.
Good news, we have Bureau intel on all of this. Bad news, it's highly classified. Good news, consider yourself deputized into the Federal Bureau of Control. Here's a key to the cell where we keep the files. Happy reading.
Okay. Thanks.
I'll be an agent.
Go team.
I love being an agent for the Federal Bureau of Control. I've done that before. Where's Jesse? Hey, bring Jesse in. She'll throw a fucking combine at him. Bright Falls, Washington, Karen Estevez. Mr. Wake, you have been taken into FBC custody and will receive an in-depth interrogation at a later date. But for now, I need to ask if there is anything you can tell us regarding the incident at the hotel, anything we may need to know. There is a force here you don't understand, a presence. It's after me. It wants to consume me, consume everything. Yes, you mentioned this dark presence before. Why does it want you? It feeds on artists, on the art they create. It wants me because of my writing. But it can be any form of art, any artistic expression, music, painting, film, photography. It can feed on any of it, all of it. You have to believe me. Well, like I said, if I'm like Jesse, I'll throw a forklift at it. We are well aware of this entity, Mr. Wake. We've been tracking the situation here for a long time now. You yourself have been on our radar for over a decade. I'm sure those nuts in the research department are just going to love checking you out. Hey, make a note to redact that before submission. Let's get back on track. You mentioned a light switch earlier. Where is it now? I don't know, but I need it. I can't end this without it. Will you help me get it? Wake, you are in custody pending charges for breaching of numerous federal violation codes. We are not going to give you a suspected paranatural object. You're not fucking listening to me. We are listening just fine. Now, do you have any accomplices? Fuck you! Let me the fuck out of here. It's coming for me. We're all in danger. I'd rock those speakers, Mage. Wait. Yeah, I'm saying
Wake isn't the first person the dark presence disguised itself as.
Oh. Though extensive interviews with witnesses of AWE 35, additional details regarding the shadow have been discovered. Redacted and redacted, both present during the AWE, reported seeing a woman named Barbara Yeager in Bright Falls at the time. Yeager is a former actress and Bright Falls resident who immigrated with filmmaker Thomas Zane from Finland and was reported to have drowned in Cauldron Lake during the redacted AWE in 1970. So also Thomas Zane is actually a poet, and everybody sees him as a filmmaker, so I don't know what that's about. Because even Cynthia Weaver was like, he's a poet. Like, what are they talking about? Research staff has concluded that Yeager's appearance is likely a case of the shadow manifesting in human form. Research is ongoing as to the nature of the connection between the shadow and the psychophysical signature available for it to mimic. Current hypotheses are the shadow can only manifest as an artist or individuals involved in the creation of art who have operated within a certain physical range of Cauldron Lake. B, the shadow can manifest as any individual contained, definition needed, within Cauldron Lake. No, I got it, Nicole. Thank you, though.
The lake is a gateway to the dark place.
They have that info? At approximately 1900 hours on September 13th, 2023, readings from a remote surveillance unit monitoring Cauldron Lake, a known threshold to what researchers theorize is the origin dimension of A040, the shadow, past acceptable limits. Attempts to contact FBC research facility Washington 03, codenamed the Lake House, were unsuccessful. On-site events verification is not possible. Response procedures are initiated with immediate effect. Lead agent Estevez will mobilize investigation unit Beta from the remote operation site at Redacted, which I believe is at the place that Hartman was. All available shadow specific equipment has been approved for use in the field. Objective: to confirm an active event. If an active AWE is occurring, the dispatch team will identify its nature and severity, limit exposure, and attempt to contain or neutralize the source. If no event is active, check monitoring equipment, perform a limited profile swap of the area, and check status of the lake house and its staff. Relevant operatives in the area include the Cult of the Tree and Alan Wake. It was the remaining nursery rhyme thing.
What the hell is a para-utilitarian?
People with powers. Based on reports, the item is the light switch from the lamp cord, with part of the severed cord still attached. Eyewitnesses' accounts suggest that the item possesses the ability to alter reality. The changes being based on, redacted, when used by a capable para-utilitarian, parsing this item's effects from that of the Cauldron Lake, their threshold, responsible for the occurring AWEs in the area, is difficult because the only reported uses of the item occurred near this threshold. Without more data, we cannot confirm if the item intensifies the effect of the threshold or vice versa, or if there is no connection whatsoever. Okay. Para-utilitarian.
Scratch pretended to be Wake to trick us.
He almost won me over. I should have trusted my gut. Had a bad feeling about him when we found him at the lake. When that insane monster cloud came at me in the woods, I saw a face inside it. Wake's. I think he was always a monster. Always Scratch.
You really don't remember Logan living in Virginia with me and David?
I remember you and David having problems. You needed a break. You and Logan moved to Watery and then Logan, well, that awful thing happened. After you came back to work, I thought you'd be the perfect partner for this case, if you were willing to return to the area.
Okay. That's enough.
But I'm leading the case. Shouldn't I be getting you as a partner? See, it's all they're fucking with us, you know. They're assholes like that.
I need to know what information I can still trust.
All right, Scratch.
Scratch was pretending to be Wake, manipulating me. What does he want from me?
No. I'm in control here. It's my mind place. He's powerful. Too powerful. Just his presence here makes me feel sick. Like a wave of terror through my head.
A clicker.
I have a single-minded drive to get the clicker.
Wake told me the clicker would fix this. But Wake was actually Scratch. How can I trust anything he said?
The artist must conclude his work. He rides a storm on your piece. Wake up and smell the danger. We told you already, kiddo. What Tom said about the light switch is true. Don't let the story confuse you. You need him to write the ending you want. The clicker to make that ending come true.
But we don't have Wake. Everything we knew about the clicker was true. He wasn't lying. The clicker amplifies any changes to reality suggested by a piece of art. Makes them permanent.
All right.
I'm sorry about your brother, Ilmo.
Jakob was all heart. He always went along with my ideas, no matter how stupid they were. Always happy to help. I got carried away. I never think things through. It's my fault.
I realize it's a bad time. But I need you to tell me everything about the cult of the tree.
The cult is my craziest idea that ever worked. Look, what kind of a cult calls themselves a cult? Exactly. We protect Watery and Bright Falls. We're the good guys. A secret neighborhood watch. Well, that was the idea anyways. Look, we've always known about the horror inside the lake. When any Taken come out, we kill them.
You don't turn people into Taken. You kill the ones who already have. How long has the cult been around for?
Certain folks around here have always known about Cauldron Lake. Before us, it was the Torchbearers. And when I inherited the mission, I wanted to call it a cult. It was genius. Just named it half the work. Made people too scared to go into the woods at night. Business 101. Fear is a great motivator.
Well, I've never seen Ati handle anything himself. He's more of a helper.
You were trying to kill Alan Wake. Why?
Nothing good has ever come out of Cauldron Lake. The nightmare that hit Bright Falls in 2010 was all because of his writing. And ever since then, pages of his stories are floating up from the lake, and monsters keep popping out. It's all him, Wake. And if we don't stop him, no one will.
Wake's evil doppelganger Scratch is the threat we're facing, not Wake. And I will stop him.
I've never heard of anyone called Scratch.
Yeah, well, if you remember, Nicole, when you first got here, that Scratch went through the gate and slammed that guy up against it and killed him. That's the blood splatter.
Ilmo said the cult kills Taken. Is he telling the truth?
Surplus deer masks buy in bulk. We've got a floater, a Taken on the shore. Call the gang Yako. We are going hunting. Cult of the Tree. Keeping the town safe since 2013.
Ilmo is telling the truth about the cult. They really were fighting the Taken. We're on the same side. If the cult is killing Taken, then why did Nightingale turn into one?
Private party. Invitation only. Wrong time, wrong place. Time to go, Yako. A job half done isn't done at all.
Nightingale became a Taken because the Bookers interrupted their ritual.
Nightingale was already taken. He's never heard of Scratch. The Call of the Tree targeted people already corrupted by the Dark Presence. We have a lot of deductions.
I'm gonna deal with the situation, Ilmo. But the town will need protection until we sort this out. I could use your help.
Right. I'll round up the gang. Whoever's left. We won't let these fucking monsters hurt any more of our people. We'll do my brother proud.
Thank you, Ilmo.
What's going on over here? A little party?
Anybody seen what I like emotionals about?
Who knows? If it's not one thing, it's the other.
I think they've got the Koskela brothers locked up in there. I saw them go in earlier.
Oh dear. Probably got them for what happened to poor Mocha the Moose.
Oh dear.
I'm still seeing spots from those lights. What the heck was that about?
Can anybody see inside? Are they still there?
Every
I'm
time
still
something
seeing spots
exciting
from those
happens in
lights.
this town,
What
I
the
miss
heck
it.
was that about?
Can anybody see inside?
Anybody see inside? Mocha the Moose. Well, we didn't see him get killed or whatever, but they had talked about a moose being killed in Watery near the amusement park, I think, in one of the readings.
Don't like all this chaos right before Deerfest.
I mean, you should be used to it, to be fair. Although, granted, it's been 13 years. The last time I was during Deerfest, you just assume things are going to go down near Deerfest time. And you'd be good to go. Alright, nursery rhymes. So we have to go to the lighthouse, too. So let's go to... well, I guess we're going to Cauldron Lake, because I hit a button. I'm so used to hitting something and then zooming in, and then I do things. I guess we're doing the nursery rhymes first. Or wait, no. Let's go to the lighthouse first, because I wonder if there's something inside that we may need for other things. I don't know for sure. I hit the wrong button. Not only did I hit the wrong button, it's also dark. And I don't like... God damn it, I did it again! Why do I suck? Oh, it's a nice tent here, no? Oh. What? Stop doing that. I'm hitting the right side of the fucking thing and you're taking me.
After getting his hands on the FBC files, Ilmo Koskela knew what he was up against. He masterminded the cult, his and Yako's army, to fight the fucked up horror lurking under the lake, and a plan to keep those feds in their bunker by the lake in the dark. Outsiders would only screw things up. The Koskelas sabotaged the FBC's monitoring station and rigged it to alert them when something was brewing at the lake. One time months later, when the alarm rang, they drove to the lake again, ready for a fight. But this time, they didn't find any monsters. Something else washed ashore. The light switch. They'd read how Wake had stopped Jagger with it in the stolen files. From that point on, whenever the cult caught someone taken over by the Shadow, they cut out the monster's heart, pushed the switch into the hole, and flicked it.
I mean, it's fucked up when you put it that way. Mick Jagger, yeah. Oh. On a scale of 1 to freaky, Watery is not a place I want to be at night. My goodness. I'm more certain than ever that Watery is just Silent Hill at this point. You just standing out here in the dark like a weirdo. Alright, I just took an unnecessary roundabout. I am.
This has got to be an Ilmo
Draw
idea.
light from the main light thing. Battle monsters generator.
They're too old to fight monsters. The torchbearers are done. We need something new. Ilmo took a long drag from the joint and handed it to his brother. They'd been drinking and smoking all night. That thing from the lake was not a man, and the government's trying to hide it. Ilmo gestured at the files they had stolen from the research station. The strange seal with an upside-down pyramid. The Federal Bureau of Control. We need to keep the feds away. Deal with this our way. We need an army of our own. Yako smiled. He loved to watch his brother come up with his ideas. Ilmo's gaze swam. It was seeing double. The pyramid on the folder was a spruce tree. A tree, he thought. A fucking tree. It was a sign. We'll make the woods scary again. So fucking scary, no one will set foot in them at night. That's how we'll keep people safe. We'll be a legend. We are the cult of the tree, and we watch in the night. We're gonna need scary masks. Energized, Yako chugged a bottle of Ama beer in one go. Ilmo Koskela jolted awake from a nightmare. He was drenched in sweat. In the dream, he'd been covered in blood, gleefully murdering people, his friends. When his twin brother had tried to talk sense into him, he had murdered Yako as well. Ilmo slammed his fist into his temple so hard it hurt. The dream made him feel sick. The dark force of the lake was growing stronger. It was trying to make Ilmo and Yako something they were not. Trying to turn them into Ilmari and Yakopi Huatari from the early days of Watery. But they were the Koskela brothers. Their mother had not raised them to become murderers. They had backbone. They had honor. They had finished Zissou. Something bad was coming. The hidden device they had hooked to the FBC station had been intercepting alarms like crazy the past few days. Ilmo would make sure his cult was ready for war. Out in the night, the story seeking to give birth to an overlap in Watery drifted on, looking for another pair of men more prone to corruption.
Alan, stop typing! It's so much! Oh my goodness. So it's only at Cauldron Lake. Okay, so I only came to Watery for that, which is fine. Okay, I just gotta get to the... Actually, I don't even really waste my ammo. I don't know why we over here blaming me. You're the one getting distracted. There's a reason I don't play these games. Got the attention span of a guppy. You gotta stay on track, because I cannot. Did I blame you? I sometimes blame people randomly offhand, and I don't actually mean it, and then I forget. No, I legit don't remember blaming you. He has the biggest guppy brain. I am the guppy brainiest. They call me Gup. Daddy Gup. Fucking daddy. Nicole don't want my apology. She would want me to apologize just so she could reject it. It's too late now. You would have. I would have said sorry, Nicole, and you would not have accepted it, and you know it. And last time I checked, food is good. So unbelievably zesty. This game does a good job of recapping in a way. Listen to me right now as I type.
Oh, another rhyme.
Oh. Our hero, courageous and true, stalked by the monster Patching through the clever crows caw their warning and keep an eye on the battle forming. When the fight is done and over, the hero and the crows reap the rewards left for her. Courageous. Well, he's reaping the rewards, so because the crow keeps an eye. Fight is done. Stalked a monster hatching.
Huh.
Yay! You drawings, thanks. I made it myself. I'll pump action your face, motherfucker, and I won't think. Or I'll pump action the wall because you started sprinting. I feel a little woozy here. Alright, I made up for that first shot, which was just brutal. Oh, that scared you? What, him coming through the door? I guess I'm used to it because I usually get attacked, or I think I've gotten attacked on like half of those nursery rhymes after I solve it, so. Then I lose it. Oh, it's right there.
Look at that.
Oh.
Another charm.
Oh, it's dark as fuck in here.
Witchfinder's Station. I've been there before.
Property of the Federal Bureau of
checking
Control. This the test item within is it to keep the separate from the others as well as the safe distance. Hey, can I have that doll? Give me the doll! Give me the doll! Thank you. I will find you, and I will kill you. Okay, so it says Witchfinder Station.
What if I take the weird doll to the place it's not supposed to go? What's the worst that can happen?
I mean, death, but hey, listen. I'm not here to tell you where to take things. I want to go there.
They're actually kind of cute the longer you look at them.
Okay. Witchfinder Station is up here, so I gotta loop around. Alright, Witchfinder Station. Egg. Sure. Hero. Away from the sun, so that one's right. She's a loving mother. So we'll put her here. Yeah, the father would make her blind. Okay, so it would make sense. Makes sense for the baby to go within, or the child to go here.
What the? Who is this? How do you know I'm here?
I've been monitoring your incessant tampering with my project. You have made some advantageous progress, however.
What project?
What project? So you've just been playing around with my test arrangements with absolutely no understanding of their function. The hubris.
Indeed.
But your interference with my research has come to its conclusion, and I'm interested to see the results. The trick, I believe, is in the manifestation of the nursery rhyme. Art becoming reality, the doorway being revealed, and perhaps even someone entering it.
Get to the point.
Meddlesome and rude, I see. The point is that by your unwanted actions, you may have opened the way. And now I'll get to observe what exactly occurs when a subject crosses the threshold. No, wait, that's not right. Do you see?
What? Hello? Hey, are you there? Sounds like this person got more than they bargained for. Ugh, this stuff. There's something else in there, too. This will be handy.
Sounds like they died. Hate to see that.
There's a lesson here. Probably something about hubris.
Hubris. Alrighty. Alright, so there was one like one piece of evidence missing. That kind of annoys me. But it's gonna say case closed thing. I guess case isn't closed because we don't know who else left them. Alright, let's get out of here. Actually, let's just go to let's go to a thing. We can switch back over to Alan. Alan! I'm just trying to get to that safe zone because they all have mops. Yeah, it means switching back to Alan, which I would love to do. You coming with me, Wolf? I thought they were my friends. Possibly Ati, but it's all Ati. Well, for sure, Mage. That could be a thing. It could just be a game mechanic that they're using to switch back and forth, or it could be an Ati thing. I mean, you're right. Just making an observation. Don't at me, bro. That is an observation. Ati. So, you know, you may not, I don't know if you were here during Control. There's a janitor, Nicole, that in Control that kind of like helps you through because he's probably a paranatural being. We don't know much about him. And he's in this game multiple times, actually. Elements, stalking monsters, watchful birds. Stakes can't be too high for both risk management and fruitful outcomes. Make sure the rhyming is looser this time. Need to test this approach for possibly more ambiguous interpretation of the results.
Man in lab coat messes around and finds out. Called it.
Yeah, the guy died. Hate to see that. Hate to see it. Hate to see death. Well, you may love to see it, depending on who you are. Like, if you're like Mr. Scratchy Scratch, you may love it. You may be like, ooh, death. That's my favorite. Let's go. No, literally, let's go. Oh, wait, no. Let's go back there, because that had a save spot, so maybe there's a bucket there. Okay, Alan. Alan! T and the janitors. Oh yeah, I forgot that it was all flooded. He had to stand here with it all flooded and shit. Alright, in. We go.
I don't have time for this, so let's get it over with. Tell me, was this all fake? A show?
No one said otherwise, Mr. Wake. It was to indulge you, but we can stop pretending now.
Masks come off.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I don't even think you know who's under your mask, but you know how to make things difficult for yourself. All these rules, endless, convoluted loops you insist on going through. You are so lucky, you know. There are so many people helping you. Armies of people. Myself. Your wife.
Alice. I need to get to her. She's in danger.
She is. Because of you. And so is someone important to me, someone you pulled into this. You keep opening doors. Peeking in. Reaching through to get what you want, and that puts you in my path.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have to go now.
Maybe you will make it through this time. This has gone on long enough. This and our Night Springs. It was a nice distraction.
It's time someone gave me a straight answer here.
The next time we meet, the circumstances will be very different. And you would do well to return the favor by playing your part. Or stay out of my way, Mr. Wake.
Whatever you say. Door, Zane, the masks were finally coming off. Was it a sign I was closer to escaping? I had no time to waste.
Okay.
I couldn't force it open.
Yeah, with that attitude. Distal Mage. Were you here when I found this before? I don't remember. Casper Darling. This took a dark turn from the musical. Mr. Door's not fucking around anymore. I liked it when he was singing.
Hurry, Tom. Here is the light at the end of the tunnel. If you come in last, you won't be happy.
Jumalauta, that held you close, Tom. Mutta kun onward, set the granny in the snow. When the panic is biggest, the help is also near.
No, he didn't seem happy to see me this time.
Fearing the master is the root of wisdom. But don't let the game get you down. He's playing his role. Maybe put him in your films, Tom. Like you have put me. Sehän olisikin.
What films?
I'm a fan of your masterworks. There is Tom the Poet, my favorite. And Yöten Yö is the most famous one, of course. And is it true what I hear? That it's coming back to cinemas soon? Is there a bottom to this rumor?
I need to get back to my apartment. Can you help me?
Well, plan is half done. You asked me to make sure you won't forget mikä se valokuva oli? The light pictures. The photos your artist wife took. They are waiting in the shoebox in the basement. What you leave behind, you find in front of you.
Okay. Thanks, Adi.
$2 in the basement. Let's just go with that for on this way. Yeah, Ati is an interesting fella. He's not here for you to know what he's talking about. He was here to be mysterious. And with that, he succeeds.